Welcome to the CFG Gamecast, episode number 235, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release it on all podcast services, so do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, commenting on our YouTube page, the CFG channel, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davies Green, and with me today I got my three, I can't count today, two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Oh, so many things. Not really. I didn't game this week at all. I watched videos of like recaps of games that I swore I had played, and then watched the recap, and I was like, did we play different games? Just a lot of doctor's appointments this week and trying to do maintenance stuff here and there. Adulting, I get my new couch delivered from anytime now. So you guys might hear loud noises banging at my front door as they chuck 18 boxes onto my driveway. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, other than that, nothing really. Just been playing with the babies, the kitties. I have a cat in the hat.
18 boxes?
But
what
y'all
the
get
hell?
18 boxes.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a 6x6 couch.
That is crazy, dude. That is just insane to even think about, you know?
Yeah. Well, a couple boxes are just the cushions and like what they go into, and I got to stuff them in there, you know, kind of thing. And then the rest are panels and seats, and yeah, it's a lot.
It's a beanbag one, though, right? Like it's it's by Lovesac. No, I never understood with Lovesac, because Lovesac
don't look up the prices. Don't do it.
Lovesac is so expensive.
It's so comfortable, though. They used to be a sponsor of a show that I worked on, so I've definitely been on them. Yeah.
Okay,
Smitty, I don't know if you remember, I had one of the original Lovesac, like, it's not quite a beanbag chair. It's their special filler that they have.
Yeah.
It has beans at the bottom, but it's shaped like a beanbag, but then it has like a seat that comes out. Mm-hmm. Everyone would sit on it when they came over. My poor dad, every time he would sit on it and then couldn't get out of it. Multiple times I would come out. He's on the floor crawling to get off this chair. Like, Dad, you're too old to be sitting on it. He's like, but it's so comfortable. I'm like, okay. And then finally one of the cats threw up on it, and I could have taken the cover off and washed it. And I was like, no, chuck it. Someone else can have it. Yeah. That's funny. But the couch we're getting, everything is washable. So if a cat does get sick on it, but it's the fur one. So I'm getting a furry couch, but it is the Lovesac filler. And like, we have two that are like deep seats. And then the rest of the couch is just the regular like seating. And then when I get it, I guess we're going to get it all the pieces and go, okay, how do we want to build this because we didn't measure. No, we did not.
Well, good luck on that. Jesus.
But our thought was, if it's too much, then obviously we have an ottoman here or there, you know what I mean? So like, and then if we get a bigger living room later down the line, we can add pieces to it. So that's easy, you know?
Oh, that's true. It's like
you can
modular.
you can order different fabrics and change them with the seasons if you feel like it.
Fun fact, we are not sponsored by this company, so just letting you know that right now. So there you go.
But can you zoom me in, please? Thank you. But if you would like to sponsor me, Lovesac, I would like one of your square thingies. I don't know what to call it, but you know what I'm talking about. Nope. It's like a square beanbag, and it's on like a little wooden chair thing, and you throw it on. It's so cool. I sat on that in the store, and I was like, I'm going to walk out spending 20 grand at this point. Like, I need to stop.
Jesus.
So
time to walk out. Jesus. Hey, but Lex.
I know. Yeah.
You know who lives his life like an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Chillin', man. Back on the recovery again. Like I said, I ended up with a kidney infection this time. So
everyone's just getting sick.
Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. That's got my memory all.
Hey, I'm always sick. You watch your mouth.
That's true. But other than that, though, I tried to wrap up stuff in Once Human. Little disappointed because it said I still had 3 days left on the server, and maybe I just spaced the time. But like, I went to log in this morning, and it was like, pick a new server, and I was like, no, it's not even finished the damn story. So that's really annoying. Other than that, just grinding on Snap too. I'm back in the 80s, so I'm looking at Infinite. Like maybe we go for Infinite this season again. That'd be.
Oh, you got 2 more weeks.
Yeah,
you got 2 more weeks.
Exactly.
So you got time.
Like this is there's definitely time. So
yeah, you definitely have time.
Yeah. Other than that, though, just kind of been chilling a little bit and relaxing, and I know there's a lot of gaming news and games that have come out and stuff like that too. So haven't been doing a ton of playing. I have kind of hopped into Destiny 2 again. They recently shared a roadmap for 2025, and basically before they were like, yeah, we're not going to be doing any kind of major things. Well, they have about faced. They're going to be bringing in more raids, more dungeons, more stuff here, and they're going to go away from like
they're not doing they're not doing big updates anymore, or big expansions anymore.
They're going to do medium. They are going to do like medium size, like I think every 2 a year or something like that. They're going to be bringing new stuff, new maps, new worlds, Destiny. I thought it was basically dead.
I thought it was done.
Yeah, no. The seasons has been a little rough, or the episodes, I mean, not seasons. But they are jiggering and, messing with it. So those are welcome changes that I was like, all right, dude, maybe this seems like they're going to at least, because I was ready to walk away. I hadn't played it.
Well, that's even if they're going to be there in time. I mean, because I don't know. They can say they have the roadmap, but like how Destiny's been acting the past, couple of years, especially as of late, and that they lost a lot of their developing staff, and they're trying to push for Marathon to come out soon.
Yeah,
I won't be surprised if they'll be like, oh, something's going to get delayed. So
and a mobile game and a mobile Destiny.
I think they can't that. They can't.
Did it get canned?
Yeah, it got canned. That one. Yeah, that got canned last month.
Are you sure about that? I thought they just announced it.
No, look it up, man. Like it was originally going to be the game. I forgot the name of the game that it was called, but it was supposed to be a mixture of like first person, but also a little bit of a third person or something. But yeah, they canned that last month or something. I do remember them saying something about that. So that really sucks. But yeah, let me know, see if I'm wrong. But but I mean, I hope they stay around, because I mean they are a piece of history in my opinion, and they try to stay as long as they possibly can. It's the best way I would look at it. Well, that's cool, dude. I mean, I know, and I definitely understand. There's a little bit of a I don't say a lull, but it's just like there's games that there's a lot of games to play. I'm like, especially if you care. Next week is going to be the week after next is going to be Zelda. The new Zelda game.
Oh yeah, I am excited for that. That.
So I mean, but I definitely understand the lore.
Destiny mobile game is in development by NetEase.
Oh, okay. So
it hasn't even been announced officially yet. Destiny Rising.
So it was another project that they were doing. One. Okay, so
yeah,
that's why
I don't know why they're doing a mobile game.
I know,
it's
especially this late.
Honestly though, like I agree that it is late, but Dust plays mobile games all day long.
Well, yeah,
I know
all day. Like I mean, if a lot of people really like mobile games, So
we're not denying that. It's just that just saying. I'm just saying that I think like with the timeline of what Destiny is and everything, it's like
when you focus on Destiny 2,
or
you're a live service game that has given you the ability to do other things and be.
Like, I don't disagree.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, but no, it's good. That's cool.
Feels an idle game though, maybe.
An idle game?
Yeah.
Oh, like what? I think like a dancing idol thing? I don't know.
No. Like the idol, like the ones where like kind of like not Stream Raiders. I guess that kind of is one. But like Raid Shadow 11 or Legends. Shadow Legends. And I know, dude, we are butchering words today. like, no.
It's, you know what it is?
Shadow 11s.
The seasons.
It's our age. That's what it is. It just comes in, just naturally. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it happened on episode 235.
My daughter's names.
Raid Shadow 11.
Yeah, Raid Shadow 11.
Not to be confused with Raid Shadow Legends.
Exactly. This is the game that I'm developing.
Yeah. Use old 36 for 500 ducats.
Yeah. It's freaking,
You're welcome.
It's freaking ridiculous. But that's cool, dude. Right. I'm glad you had a good time. A good time. It was playing Snap and stuff. So
yeah, I am enjoying.
You think I was gonna say about the kidney infection?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going.
I think this man's having a good time.
I'm wondering what he's gonna say.
He's like, where's he gonna go with? It's like, where's he gonna go with this? You will never know with me. That's what it comes down to.
That's true.
What about you, man? I know that you've done some streams and whatnot too.
Yeah, I didn't stream anything this week because I had to take care of a lot of different stuff. Yeah, you did lie, and you should feel bad about it. Try to call me out, but it was good, dude. Like I have to say, dude, Astrobot is just too good, dude. Like
really.
I would. This is definitely a game of the year contender for me. And you know what's funny about it? The game isn't hard. It's just incredibly fun. It's I'm not good at platformers at all anymore. I don't usually play platforms anymore, but this game just makes you want to collect everything. And it's and one of the biggest things that I've always hated about platformers is you had to go out and there's so much things to collect and there's so many things that you could just go out and there's different kinds of currencies and stuff like that. This one, it's kind of the same, but the currency that you're trying to get is are the robots and then also the puzzle pieces so you can unlock a special ability features as well as a secret zone, which in the secret zone it's harder. Like the levels are a lot harder, so they kind of have it's meant for a little bit for everybody, and I love that, man. Like it's just the money, the currency. They don't care about the currency as much as the other stuff, but overall, it's just a fun experience. I've been having a really good time, and I understand why people just why everyone is hooked on this. I
gotta ask you, how is that haptic feedback?
Oh, the haptic feedback is what makes the game, dude. Like the amount of times that the game requires you to do special stuff with the controller and stuff like that is the most that you knew the PS5 is capable of doing stuff like that. It's just not a lot of games used it or incorporated it. Even Sony games really didn't. Not a lot of Sony games did, but Team Asobi just makes you do different things. There's a part where you had to blow into the controller to make the wind blow in the game and stuff dude, like that.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
The DualSense controller can do some crazy shit. It is so underutilized. Yeah. It really is. That's why I was excited about Astrobot having a full game, because even the little demo that came out with the game is just not only that, but the use of the haptic feedback on that, from that moment, it's basically ruined every other game that I play on there for haptic feedback. Because I'm dude, I know this thing can do.
They set the bar.
More.
They set the bar off the gate, and what sucks is that it set a level of saying this is what the controller can do, and this is what you can do on this system. And then you're if you bought the system at the time when the system came out, because you remember at the time there wasn't that many games. You're looking forward to what games that they were going to make, because now that's an extra thing that developers can make for the said game and stuff. But unfortunately, overall, it's been off-putting. Not a lot of people, not a lot of games use it. Actually, I only really know another game besides Asobi to do, or besides Astrobot to do, that uses it in the way that Asobi does it. Yeah.
Well, when you said blowing on it, I'm imagining a game where there's wildlife and bugs, and you could literally blow on the bug, and the little guy flies away or something cute.
That would be cool.
Something so little could be so fun to use in a game. And what you're describing, and what I've heard and seen from PlayStation 5 games, none of them do that.
They don't. But what were you going to say, Smitty?
I think the thing that I've noticed the most from games has been like shooters, and you pull the trigger and there's like resistance. It feels more like you're pulling a real trigger. Other than that, there has been such an underutilization of what the DualSense controller can do and how you can incorporate that into your game. I think there are some other games, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know I've played some where I've done something different with the controller a little bit that was not like, outside the box a little bit, but nothing really stands out as utilizing the functions that it can do.
Donk says Gran Turismo did cool shit with it too. So
really,
I mean, yeah, I didn't play the racing games on the on the PS5, but no, that's cool. But like, I mean, would you really count? I mean, I'm not saying not to count it, but like, what the experience that you had for Astrobot to what you like to any game that's out there on the library of PlayStation, there's nothing that could be close to it at all whatsoever. So like that's the unfortunate thing. Like, and then what sucks is that controller is not cheap. It's not, I mean, they just now jacked the price up again on that controller, but like the controller, and it was funny. Actually, it was a funny story because like I was playing Astrobot, right? And my sister was in the kitchen one time, and she was doing her thing, and like I don't have speakers on my computers, so like I put everything into my headset when I hear everything. So like she's doing the thing that she comes into my room and then she says like, "Hey, I can hear the game playing," and I'm like, What are you talking about? There's no way that you could hear the game playing. Like you must have like a pin drop ear hearing that I totally forgot. I didn't even think about it. But like the controller also has a speaker in it. And so I think and Astrobot is a loud game for the speaker, and I didn't even think about it at all. Like I usually, because like when you're picking up all this stuff and then you're in the zone, especially when you're not hearing it, like the controller is going crazy. So no, I love Astrobot right now. There's a like. If it's not going to be like the game of the year for the Video Game Awards, or at least in the contendership of it, I'll be utterly surprised about it, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. But other than that, that's all I've been mostly doing for the most part. So, but
now I want to come over and watch you play Astrobot.
Oh yeah, you can watch it. I was streamed the first part of it last week.
Well then I'll watch it on my 75.
Yeah, I might do it tomorrow. Actually, I was actually thinking about it. So, but we'll see. But guys, I know y'all don't want to talk about me shipping on Astrobot, so we'll just do the normal rigmarole like we do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion of the world of video games that happened from the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry itself, and we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch and on YouTube, to be a part of the conversation as always. So if there is something you're wanting to talk about or wanting to add to the conversation, by all means, just type it inside the chat. We will discuss it with you there as always. So Lex, what would you bring to the table?
Well, interesting you say that. Smitty stole my topic. So I'm just kidding. He did. But also, I was late to the party, so that's on my bad. Price increase. So we hate them. It sucks. Inflation. It's greed. But this one kind of feels like it takes the cake. So if you didn't know, PlayStation 5 just put out that there is a price increase for the PlayStation Pro. And
not a price increase. They're announcing the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, they're announcing the PlayStation Pro, and that it's going to have a significant price increase. So whatever you were expecting, chuck it out the window, because that's not what price you're going to pay for it. And it's interesting because I did find an article like of going through like what the PlayStations cost over time and like with, price differences, how that compares to now. But essentially the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be the most expensive console ever. Are we surprised? No.
No, I wouldn't say the most expensive console ever. There was games
ever released by Sony.
Yeah, I think about inflation from because the Jaguar back in the day was hell of expensive.
Was
That's
600, and then the Neo Geo by base was like $1,200. Yeah, but by Sony, yes,
by Sony standards. So, and that's not including the optional disc drive and the stand, which of course are all separate. So that adds another $110 on top of the already $700 retail price. So even compared to like past Pro models, the PS5 is absolutely an outlier. So to give a little context, so in 1995, they released PlayStation 1. It was $299. Came with the disc drive. You're welcome. Today, that would cost around $613. The PlayStation 2, I had one of those. It was $299. Adjusted for inflation, that would be about $545. PlayStation 3, and we were kind of discussing this before we went live, how they went very wrong with the PlayStation 3 because this was their most expensive, but it was too expensive. So the PlayStation 3 was released in 2006, 60 gigabyte model. It was $599 for the PlayStation 3, which today's inflation, that's almost $1,000. It's $934.
PS3 was so tight though. Was the Mojo?
It was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Even the cheaper one was $499, and that is about $800 today. So PlayStation 3 Slim was only $299, shocker, but $436 today. Yeah. I mean, comparatively, like, why was there such a price difference from the regular to the Slim? Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It was technology at the time.
We had absolutely progressed. Now, PlayStation 4 was $399. Not bad. Inflation, that's only $533. The Pro, $399, $517. But now we get to the PlayStation 5. So obviously we have the base PS5, the PS5 digital split with the PlayStation line for the first time, and into two different price brackets. So both released in 2020. Disc drive cost was $499 at launch, or $596 when adjusted for inflation. Meanwhile, the all digital was only $399.99. Now, PlayStation Slim, I didn't even know there was a PlayStation 5 Slim. Who cares? Moving on. Yeah. PlayStation 5 Pro. So again, everything is separate. So retail price is $699, and that's when it goes on to pre-order later this month. But you have to pay for the stand if you want the disc drive. Everything is separate. So that's a crazy jump. And I don't think many people are happy about it, but also we're just discussing how the haptic feedback is not even being fully utilized in the games that have been released for the PlayStation 5. So I don't even own one, and I'm a Sony girly. I love PlayStation, but this is the first system I don't own. I don't feel a need for it. And if it's not utilizing the haptic feedback, I'll just borrow one of Smitty's. You know what I mean? Play Astrobot over there when I babysit. I don't know. But I was curious what you guys thought and I'm sure you have lots of opinions.
Smitty, why don't you go first?
Yeah.
Calling him out.
This is, I feel like it keeps resonating with me that PlayStation, I feel, has become the Apple of consoles.
May I make one little point? Mm-hmm. Let's keep in mind that we are not in an era where we are having trouble finding parts for this device. Let's just keep that. The original PlayStation 5, they were having trouble getting parts and yada, yada. But we are not in that any longer. And this is where we're at. So, sorry, continue.
Yeah. And again, I think it's that, I mean, I feel like they feel almost like Apple, where just by name alone, people will drop it. Here's the thing. People will drop the money for this. I said this, and this is like my biggest thing. I was like, the Portal. I was like, why? Like, nobody needs that. I think they're going to have really big issues with it. That thing sold out like freaking hotcakes. However, when it came to the PSVR 2, that did not sell like hotcakes. And again, I think that had a lot to do with it being so proprietary, not being able to connect to other games, things like that. They're going back and working that out. I don't think the PS5 Pro is for people with PlayStation 5s already. It just outright, I don't think that's their target audience. They're going to be looking at people that either A, have to have that new shiny, or B, are looking in the market or whatever. Of course, it's going to be coming out around the holidays, so people are a little more flush as well. I think they'll be fine. I don't like the direction they're going in, especially when it comes to these prices. And this is here. It's even more expensive everywhere else. You know what I mean?
Oh,
we talked about them increasing the prices of controllers, them increasing, the prices of this. I was like, what are they thinking? And then I read about an article the other day, is that they are officially going to be selling refurbished PlayStation 5s and PlayStation controllers as well. So they will be able to sell directly to consumers on those products that they already have. So you have a high-end option, and they're going to have these refurbs, huh?
Yeah, but they've already been selling from directly from the manufacturer for like 3 or 4 years already. So that's not
for
that
refurbs.
Much. No, I mean, I'm talking about regular new consoles. You could get them directly from Sony, but now with refurbs and stuff,
but not the
yeah.
I think the refurbs though will help them in the long run, because people will, and especially if they're I'm imagining they're going to be way more up to snuff than say GameStop's refurbs that they were
That's
selling.
what I was thinking.
Like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that at least gives them an option to be able to sell something cheaper and then still have this high priced item that's going to be much more of a luxury item. Again, people are saying, hey, but you could just buy or build a PC or buy a PC or whatever. But I know a lot of people that just love the convenience of a console.
Yeah.
So, I think, and I hate to say it, I think this is actually going to probably sell fine. I think originally I was like, oh, ain't no way, but I feel like I don't know. Their market seems weird to me, much like Apple's. And I used to be a part of that, where like every year I was going out buying a new phone. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing, dude? Like, these are literally incremental changes. And that's the other thing too, is that this is a freaking mid-gen upgrade, right? For it to be priced at such a premium, coming out as mid-gen, I was thinking that this thing might, be at the same price point, maybe a little higher. I did not. Not only that, but then they're taking away things that came with the base. You don't even have a freaking stand. If you want to have physical media, guess what? You got to buy a separate disk drive to be able to do that stuff. And that's what I mean. They're starting to, it's almost like these, you can get this thing, you can do this stuff, but you have to buy our proprietary thing in order to do it. I think if they continue down that path, it's going to start hurting them, and they'll start feeling it more and more in the long run, I feel. But again, there's still that Apple effect. Well, people will just buy the shit just because it's that new and shiny.
Like I see some of your points, and it does, and some of them, yeah. But like overall, like what I think is this: I don't see this system is not the system that is going to be replacing the brand of Sony PlayStation 5. What it is. So what this is, the way I look at it is that there's two different tiers of what you're going to get, because this is the same exact thing that they did with PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4, when PlayStation 4 came out, then they made a PS4 Pro. Then people were wondering why would we need to use it? And then, to be honest with you, there wasn't a reason to use it. I mean, there wasn't absolutely nothing out there, even when it was announced to do it. And then they wanted to get that step up higher. It's just it's the people that are the hardcore fans, like you're saying, like you were saying, the Apple fans and stuff similar to it, or like influencers, and like this is a specific niche like set of people. If an average Joe decides to go and see this, of course there are people wanting to get this. I want to get it, but now when I even look at it realistically myself, and I mean, I think Smitty and I have 2 PS5s. I don't even think that me personally, I don't have a drive to get it because of 2 reasons. First off, there's not a reason. There's no games that are out to justify the reasoning of spending $700 now. I mean, really the only game that I could think of that would definitely benefit for this system would be Grand Theft Auto 6, maybe if Monster Hunter Wilds and stuff at best, but that's not even justifiable for me to say I'm going to spend $700 to go pick the system up. And then two, like the fact that you do have to you have to pay a lot more, like I said, for me, I think the deal breaker for me right now is the fact that like I have to buy a separate drive just so I can play my collection again when I have a system that can perfectly do everything that I'm wanting to do. I don't necessarily need it's meant for specific people. Like I treat this like a top tier, like this is the top tier faction of like you're saying, people are always saying they have the choice to getting a gaming PC or a console. Naturally, you're not going to get the top tier one unless it's like you're pushed into getting it. And secondly, getting a top tier like PC still costs like $3,000. So so like even if you're saying now it's justifiable to, like, if you want to be realistic, and then the person says like, I want to get into I'm going to get a PC because consoles are too expensive. Then you either have enough money to be like, I could justify to getting a mid size or a mid like level. A mid level is like around 2K now. So like it's still a good option, a good option itself. And I really don't think it's really fair personally to say, because of the inflation rates of it, because like theoretically it's and the reason why I think that I think that is because well, first off, we're in a season in a season of game consoles that haven't done a price drop. We have never done that. Has never happened before.
If anything, the prices increased.
The prices have increased. Yeah. So so the base console is still base at 500, and I think you can't really like look at the next gen, like the PS5 Pro, to say I'm gonna go stay for it to have the price tag than it is. It's gonna be at 7. Is fair, because it's not replacing the price to what everyone can get already, all at the same time. So I just think that everyone's just mad because it's expensive. $700, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money just to play the best experience you could possibly play on for PlayStation games.
Right,
but like
I just think that it's
okay.
You're paying $700, but you're also going to have to pay for a PS4, like a Plus account, to play online, to do this. Like, it's not just $700. It's we're looking at $1,300 by the end of the day if you want to do like a year's worth of being able to play online, this, that, and the other, extra controllers if you need it. I don't know. Does this even come with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, like overall, like it's still I'm just saying that it's still cheaper. Like if you're wanting to play at high res, like the way I look at it is people who's willing to pay this money to do it are okay. Like or would be okay if they cared enough, or anyone cared enough to be like, oh wow, I can't believe I paid a G just to get to the experience I'm wanting to do. If you were paying for this system, you know what you're looking for your gaming experience, and I think that you should and I think for those kind of people, for this system needs to be a different league. Needs to be a whole different thing, because just like a top tier gaming side, a top PC gamer will get like a $3,000 to $5,000, or even like you've seen those crazy $10,000 gaming rigs, just so they can have the best experience possible. Everybody else needs to play the 5, and then will play the 5. And you know what? It's not like the 5 and the 5 Pro you're gonna show a night and day difference unless you're looking for that. So so that's why I really was like, $700 is way too expensive. Am I going to get a PS5 Pro? No, there's no reason for me to. Is there a reason to get it for me? Yeah. Is there a reason for me to get it? Absolutely not. Because the only official games that they have officially announced on this system right now that's going to be utilizing PS5 Pro day one is Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, and The Last of Us Part 2. 2. Besides the first Descendant and Assassin's Creed 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, that's only 3 out of the 15 games that have came out in the past 3 years. Right. So like, there's no reason, I'm just saying. Yeah.
The only reason I would purchase one is if Adam said, I would like one for Christmas. Because I have money burning in my pocket that I can easily just say, okay, whatever, I'll get you that with all the bells and whistles. But last year that was not the case, right? So that's the only reason I would buy one. If Adam was like, I want one for Christmas, and I'm like, I'll make your dreams come true. But no, Donk is right. Lol, Davis just said, stop complaining, pores. This isn't for you.
I'm not saying, I'm not essentially saying it that way, but yeah.
Like my new state-of-the-art computer was just a little under $6,000. So, this is cheaper than purchasing a computer. But the people that are purchasing this already have a $6,000 computer plus a $2,000 plus whatever. You know what I mean?
Am I surprised about the backlash about why people are like totally rigging on, like jabbing on this? No, I'm not, because it's the internet. Especially when they have a price in mind that they probably think like this thing is probably gonna be $100, especially what this thing can do. It's just like, I'm just at the point where I'm not surprised that there's no way that they would have won in the eyes of the consumers of saying, to justify, we're going to have to increase the price for this PS5 Pro. If they said 600, people will still be complaining about the same thing, or 650 or whatever. And then plus the fact that they like all this modular and all that stuff. But to Smitty's point about saying like that it's kind of becoming like an Apple's cult. I'd say it is kind of with all of this, but like it's it's like what people are going to buy it. The people are still going to do it. And don't get me wrong, I bet you there's going to be a significant difference when the system comes out, but there is absolutely no reason for me personally,
I can't visually tell a difference if I'm being honest, but I'm also visually impaired. So from a disability standpoint, like there are some things that I can see when it's like stopped side by side, but like the rendering looks just as good versus the other one. I do need to turn the brightness up because I haven't played console in a while and they're always so dark for me. I don't know what that is, but yes, it looks like I'm wearing sunglasses. I'm not. It's so I can see colors properly. The color looks great when they're showing the blue wave. That looks gorgeous. Could I really see that with these off? No. But I wouldn't be able to tell the difference in rendering. I say that though.
Well, even if you have a chance to, even though you didn't even have played the base one, so it's like you don't really have a frame. I don't think you have a frame of reference to compare it to, even if you did.
Well, I've seen like side by side videos. So like on others, but granted, I went from my old PC from Miss Brenda to Miss Behemoth, and I can 100% see a difference. I can also hear half of my games too, because the poor thing was trying to render and stream and couldn't do it all at the same time. So that's a 9-day difference. I can see that. But again, you're right. I'm looking on all 4 of my monitors, because all of them are different and I have them all set differently so I can see different whether I'm playing PC. I know.
Not going to say why you're getting blind. Jesus, with the 4 monitors, different resolutions on it. On each one.
Listen, I don't need help with that. My retinas are trying to burn themselves out. Okay, listen. No, that is the truth though. Like my retinas could burn out, and that's it. But as of right now, I don't see much of a difference. But that, again, if Adam went, babe, can I have one for Christmas? I'd go, oh, of course you can. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, the other thing, too, is that you have to have a TV or a monitor that can actually show the fidelity in the extra computing power as well.
Funny you say that.
That's what I'm saying, though, because that's what I'm saying. Like the whole thing.
The best TV for downstairs.
I'm not talking about you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying overall. Yeah, I'm just saying the overall experience of this itself. It's like, clearly, it's not. People are not going to be on their old school Vizios and decide like, I want to spend $700 system on this still deal. Yeah, I'm just saying that like the whole experience, like. I just say, I'm just saying theoretically, just take a breather. First off, Sony's going to get their money on this. I think there's not going to get their money. You're right. Anyhow, but the fact that but I just think people just need to take a breath. Yes, it sucks. I'm not like it sucks. We're not gonna get the new hotness. Everyone's gonna get the new hotness because they're not gonna be able to get the new hotness for this because of this price gauge. But
so
they
hot
do what they have to do, you know. So yeah.
So hot in here.
Yeah. I wonder too though, like if they continue, you know what I mean, just seeing what the next gen looks like, blah blah blah. Do you think this could possibly push cloud gaming more into the spotlight just for your, say, average consumer, people that are, hey, I want to be able to play games, but I ain't trying to drop that kind of money on even having a console. Why not look at something like Game Pass that now I could, hey, we already have the Samsung TV. We could play Game Pass on her, or freaking
except
Luna.
You learn that you have to upgrade that set account to be able to do it on the, and then you can't couch co-op even when you do, which I was pissed.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
So Davis, please tell him what happened.
Oh yeah, so he was there. So Lex and them they have Game Pass, but they were playing with the Game Pass they're using the Samsung Hub to play Injustice 2 at home, but unfortunately because it's Game Pass and it's on the cloud services Game Pass, you can only play one player. You can't play two player, and you can't play two player local co-op. Because of that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and I was like,
I was gonna beat his ass too, and I was excited. I was like,
remember
I got
when I
one
whipped
shot.
him up in that Marvel game?
Yeah.
No?
Are
Where
you
did
serious?
that happen? Do you have video of that? I need that.
I don't think I have video of that.
For next fight, I'll be like, remember the time he actually beat you? Guys, if you don't know, my partner is just stupidly really fucking good at games, and like amazingly so. But yeah, no, and I was like, so
I got him in Marvel Capcom.
Oh, nice. I told him, I was like, and I'm holding the controller, it shows 2-player like options, and I looked at him and I said, you can't be mad when I beat you. Injustice is my game, and he was like,
was that
and then I couldn't.
The fundraiser? That was at the fundraiser, right?
Was I in the car sleeping at that point?
No, dude. You know what it was? It was what's the charity stream
Extra
that
Life?
we do? Extra Life.
Yeah.
It was at Extra
I was in the
Life
car
at that
already.
Video gameplay.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah,
I was
but
in the car already.
But to answer your question
you,
earlier, to answer your question earlier, Smitty,
Good
about
job,
like
Smitty.
for it to actually go that way. Yeah. To answer your question earlier, though, I would say this. I mean, it's a cheaper option. You remember, I was already thinking that Microsoft should just run out of just become a publisher at this point, because they would send themselves limitations on it, and it would be a direct competition of everything. And that's not even just with Microsoft. I mean, like you said, with like Amazon's program, as well as Luna. The people don't even forget about it.
Now.
Netflix is also with their big. It's also coming up too. So I mean, like,
stuff is pretty cumbersome. They need to.
They are working on it. I know for a fact that they are working on it, and then like and they have a plan. And I think that and from what I've been from my sources, these people know what they're doing. So like so
I believe it, dude. I believe it. They've been doing baby steps. They've been doing baby steps with their game division, but I love the fact because they've got some really good games on there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, but we'll see though. I mean, like I said, I just said it's a shame that it's $700, but I just think, but like Donk says, I'm just saying, stop complaining, poors. I'm a poor too, so don't rag on me. So there you go. But I'm just gonna be So I mean, I would love to get a chance for tech to check the tech out, but because it's digital and because I have to buy the disc separately, I'm not. It's not like my immediate thing to deal with it. So yeah. So Day Night says, come in you guys on you guys talking about fighting games with Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would. You know what? I would have bought the Marvel Capcom collection, but I found out that it's not crossplay, which is insane. And but
that's silly. Why?
That does not surprise me.
Capcom makes the weirdest decisions on some of their stuff. That just doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense why that's not crossplay. It was the funniest thing though is that on Lucentai was sending me this stuff because he was like saying, so the number one like player that is known for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is Justin Wong. He's like a multi-champion for Marvel 2. Marvel 2 is his game, and he does a lot of video content for it. The funniest thing is that so when he plays Marvel 2 on PC, he's getting grouped to like rookies, like people that are like just now getting out the gate of playing this game. And so, but he's been playing people so much, been playing the lower tier people that's not to his level so much that it is starting to be a negative effect on Steam, on the Steam reviews. And so he goes by he goes by I think he goes by the Wozler on for his handle, but there's several he had a tweet showing all the reviews off that what people are saying something. So I was like saying, man, he's like the Dark Knight of Marvel. He just comes in, beats some butt, and then just leaves, you know? That's what he was doing. So then some people's reviews was like saying, no crossplay, online match game error, Magneto glitch, Wozler and Imagine players made online matches unplayable. So he literally just got the game, and then he was matched up to Justin Wong multiple times, and he's like unplayable. Obviously.
Yeah, no, that would be a terrible experience. I'm like, I'm done with this game. I don't even want to play this anymore.
It is hilarious, and I'm like, man, that's the one game too out of the 7 that they have in there. It's so unfortunate, man. So, but anyways, but yeah, so like, but like I said, PS5 Pro, cool, is coming out. Not gonna get it. I'm pretty sure y'all two aren't gonna get it either, right?
Again, unless Adam in the chat says I want one for Christmas, no.
That's all he has to say in the chat. He didn't have to say it in real life. I'll say it.
It's a good. It's a good move. It's a good move to put the blame on Adam on the reason why you're not getting a system. I will say.
Absolutely
not.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, I would like everyone in the chat to know, Davis has asked me for a teleprompter at least 6 times this year.
Oh, I said so Christmas.
He might get one for Christmas. We'll see.
No, we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy, give me your Christmas list too, buddy.
but anyways, Smitty, what do you bring to the table, my dude?
Some news that you don't hear about too often, but we just had the entire staff from Annapurna Interactive Games resign. Essentially, what's been going on over there. I didn't even, if you're familiar with Annapurna Interactive, they do all kinds of stuff, animations, films. I don't know if they're in music,
no.
Obviously games.
No.
But they've got a lot of stuff, great award-winning stuff across the board. Obviously, their indie game team, they're the ones that made like Stray, so many other games that I can't think of, Cocoon, Neon White. Anyway, the meat of the story is the fact that there was a bunch of resignations, 25 people exactly. Basically because of a dispute between Annapurna Interactive president Nathan Gary and Annapurna studio head Megan Ellison. Megan Ellison is the founder, right?
Megan Ellison wasn't the founder, but she was a big piece of creating the interactive branch for Annapurna for the gaming side, for publishing and stuff.
And basically they were in negotiation talks about taking the gaming side of it and breaking off as a solo studio, essentially. And they were in talks, and apparently the talks fell through. Nathan Gary ended up resigning. On the back of that, the whole team ended up resigning. After he resigned. Again, I'm not sure why the talks fell through. Apparently it came from Ellison's side. However, good. I can't wait to hear. And basically, you know, they're saying that with their partners and stuff like that, it's not going to affect anything. They've already put new people in place, at least on the corporate level, and then they'll fill in with developers and people, designers and shit like that. They're basically saying they're not going to miss a beat. But I mean,
freaking possible. Impossible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's your whole games team. The people that have made the award-winning games are gone.
Yeah.
You still have the same name, but that ain't the same team. So this is, I mean, dude, you never really hear about stuff like this. I would love to have been a fly in the room in terms of like what they were, why the negotiations fell through, why not, let them do this spinoff. And in this climate where we're seeing all kinds of, people getting let go and stuff like that, for people to willingly say, we're going to step away from our jobs, from our security, our livelihood, something big is going down over there. And I want the meat. I want to know what it is. Exactly. This is crazy.
Me for one sec. Dun, 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 dun. This just breaking. Davis has inside sources and would like to tell us what actually happened. Davis,
throw me under the bus. I don't even know.
That's called a toss in the news business. Okay?
Thank you. I'm
tossing it over to
tossing it over to Davis, who's live with his sources, who we cannot name. Davis.
Well, it's not even the source. It's this is gonna be.
I'm embellishing for fun's sake. Go with it, buddy.
Let's say an educated guess, because this is what's basically what it is. As you know, Annapurna isn't a big studio. It's only 25 people that was actually inside Annapurna themselves. So they did a lot of publishing. They did do. I think they did 1 or 2 games themselves directly, but I'm pretty sure they're known for publishing indie games. They are an indie publisher, clearly. Like the last game, the biggest game that everyone's probably heard of was Stray, the cat game. Was them that was released by them, but they also make a lot of different kinds of games.
Butthole.
And all kinds of great games.
All kinds of different kinds of games. Yes. So
the one with the boyfriends.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't remember the name.
Suitors.
Yeah. So that was their focus. The new CEO of Annapurna wanted to change that. That's why Mary Ellison decided to leave. Mary Ellison, by the way, big source in like gaming world. Like she used to work for PlayStation. She brought games, like she didn't make the games, but they had she made a really good relationship with the people who created Journey and stuff back in the day on the PS3.
She had a rapport,
yeah, she had a really good rapport in the industry, and then she knew what she was looking for indie games and stuff like that. So my thing is that the day before the 25 people walked out, they were definitely doing that in protest because Mary Ellison decided to leave the company too.
Wait, she left?
Yeah, she left, and then another bigwig left that was with her. Left
Nathan Gary. Wait.
Nathan Gary and Mary Ellison both left Thursday.
Oh,
on Thursday.
I thought the dispute.
No. Well, whoever the CEO is, the CEO is the new CEO, but he was also the co-founder of Annapurna when it first created. Yeah, Hector Sanchez is the new CEO. So both her and Gary left on Thursday. They because the conversations was out, because what Hector was wanting Annapurna to do is that they wanted to focus on AAA titles. They wanted to focus on bigger titles with bigger money cap, bigger return. Obviously, Mary doesn't do that. Her focus was indie and bring indie games out and publish out towards it. There was at least 12 projects that they're working on right now in the back end that they were working on to be published out, which those studios are now worried because for obvious reasons of like what's going to happen and how this is going to work. But because of this walkout, or because of her leaving, those people are are out too. So what I'm expecting is
Ellison didn't resign. This was a dispute against Ellison.
Yes. Oh wait, hold on. Wait.
Yeah. No. They were trying to tell her to let them take it and do their own studio. She stopped the negotiations, and that's when Nathan Gary and the staff resigned.
Yeah, because originally
she's still there.
Are you sure? Wait, hold on, because I thought Rachel was the one that left. According to the
reports that according to it says Bloomberg reports that the entire staff of Annapurna Interactive, the gaming division of Megan Ellison's Annapurna, has resigned after failing to convince Ellison to let them spin off its games division into a new company.
Hold on. Well, the reason why
that's why I was getting confused just now. I'm like, wait a minute, because that's what I read.
I was like, wait a second.
I read the Bloomberg article too. I was like, Davis knows more than he's letting on. Get into it.
So Hillary reporter said that Gary and the co-heads of Annapurna Interactive, Deborah Mars and Nathan Vella, would be leaving as well. Those are the other execs that left.
Yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was her, because I thought that was maybe I got the people moved around.
No, she's the one that's like, she's the one that's like, nah, putting the kibosh on this.
Yeah, because originally, because their view, what they were wanting to do though was that they were wanting to. Yeah, my mistake on that. That was my bad.
No, you're good.
But the biggest reason is because they were wanting to make it separate. I thought because they were wanting to keep doing indie titles, but then they're pushing, but Annapurna, like the big parent company of Annapurna themselves, are wanting to increase that and be something more than what they were wanting to do, which was, I think, was the impasse itself. So when they said when they said, oh, we're not going to go independent, or we're not going to go and split from Annapurna, it's like, okay, deuces, there's no reason for us to be here anymore, we're out.
Right.
For that. So man, I don't know, like it's in this kind of climate, you know what? I won't be. You know what's going to be? I will not be surprised that the new studio is going to be popping up somewhere. That's what I mean. A publishing studio is going to pop up.
And that's the thing that's weird to me. It's like, why? I don't understand. I guess I don't understand the behind the scenes stuff. I've been in something similar to this, where it's like, oh, we'll just take this and do our own thing. Can we take the name? And then there's talks and stuff like that, but I don't know what they would be negotiating other than, hey, can you guys continue supporting us while we create this new studio? And Annapurna Interactive Games would still be its own entity. Like, I'm not understanding what they were trying to do, because there must have been some sort of, hey, we still want to be attached.
Right.
In some form to Annapurna, but we want to be able to create our own company underneath that umbrella or something like that. It's what it sounds like. Yeah.
I mean, well, if they're wanting to branch off of Annapurna, but yet still keep the name of Annapurna, what I would think is, I would kind of think it kind of like what happened with Saber splitting from Embracer.
Right.
Because they didn't want to be under the wing of Embracer, being told to do whatever that Embracer was wanting to do. They're wanting to do whatever they felt was their move to do. You know, like they're going to have some sort of level of freedom to be like, no, we're not going to back to Annapurna. So I can kind of understand. Yeah. So, but now to say what was stopping them to deciding to branch off on to make their own studio, if they said no, far be it from me. But I don't know, I just feel like this is the beginning of a new set of different storylines of what's going to happen, because of now, like, if people, the way they abruptly quit, now other studios are going to be in trouble for these things. You know, they say that there's not going to be delays, but let's face it, there's going to be delays. There's no way.
Y'all just lost your crucial 25. There's absolutely not.
The whole team. That's the whole team currently working on projects.
Right.
Hey, random guy that can do things, come in here and
This is Randy. He was our janitor. Yeah.
No. They do what's it called, like the replacements, like what they did with that Keanu Reeves movie. It's like, we're just gonna put random people. It's like, okay, what were you doing yesterday? Oh, I was the garbage man. It's like, okay, cool. You're gonna be doing QA testing. And I'm like, what? You know, it's like, oh, okay, there we go. That's what's gonna end up happening. I mean, I feel sorry for I don't feel sorry for Annapurna, because whatever they did for it to go the way it did,
had to be bad.
Was bad, but I do feel sorry for the publishers that are now caught in the middle of this. That's going to be dealt with it, because I mean, these studios are not big studios, like they're not. So hopefully they'll figure it out, or are allowed to be able to get whatever they needed to get out there, you know.
Yeah, I think they did such a great job at what they did. You know what I mean? So I'm curious as to, again, why? What's the why? obviously, like, this group wanted to branch off. Was it because Annapurna wanted to do AAA games and they wanted to continue with what they were doing, which is more indie? Because again, they did it really well and they were succeeding at that. So I'm so curious. I agree. I want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Don't
I
squish
mean,
me,
at the
though.
same time, too, though, I could see why Annapurna would want to do, you know,
Bigger.
AAA games, higher and bigger.
Because nobody else is doing them very well.
Big risk.
Exactly.
Dude.
You know what I mean? So, like,
big risk, though, for a
that
studio
is a
that's
big
only,
risk.
Huge.
I mean,
That small, 25.
Well, you'd have to invest a lot more.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
but
transition.
it sounds like they were willing to do that. But the team that, you know, again,
yeah, but it's a mix though, because it's the higher ups. Yeah, but the higher ups are like saying we want AAA, then they're like saying no, we wanted to do indie, and then it's like, you know, it's just like you know what? It's kind of like they have the wrong people for the vision that the higher ups are wanting, and that's what I think this is what it is. It's not a matter of, I mean, besides
that sounds
the fact,
really plausible.
Yeah, because besides the fact that the higher ups was pushing for AAA or trying to do higher maintenance caused gaming,
right.
I mean, then they obviously will probably want to bring like people that are familiar with that to that level, and these people clearly do not want that. They don't have it in them, and you know what? Kudos to them on keeping to what they're wanting to do. You know, like to walk out and to do whatever just to. You know, to make the point across, they know that they're not going to do it, and then that's perfectly fine. But like, it's just a mess. It's just a mess because like on Thursday when they just announced the two higher ups to leave, and then Friday they're like, oh yeah, we're going to go with them. It's like, wow, just like that.
Everybody's leaving.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, if the team doesn't want to do AAA games and they're saying we are good at what we do not put us in a position to fail. Good on them. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
Good on them.
No,
and they've got two higher ups that know the back end and how all the business stuff works.
Mm-hmm.
Bing, bang, boom. Guess what? We got a new studio.
That's crazy. It's crazy because
crazy.
that is like, dude, like what happens to Annapurna and you know, within their games division and what that vision looks like. You can't just replace that with people. Yes, you can put people there, but are you going to be able to have that same creativity and the success that they've been able to have? That same, I feel like Annapurna has their own identity when it comes to everything.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And they were very much a part of that DNA.
You can't always recreate magic twice.
Yeah. Like, ooh, this is. I'm curious to see. I'm curious of two things. One, what the spinoff studio ends up being, because you cannot. Maybe I mean to sit there and be like, my higher up left, I'm leaving too. Man, I hope y'all had a plan or something. And I imagine if they're already negotiating, they already had some sort of plan in place for people to be able to do stuff like that. But like, that's pretty hardcore. And then on the other end, it's like Annapurna, like this could like. I hope this is not like the start of something bad. Yeah, or maybe they evolve because they've got all kinds of stuff. They just started a new animation studio as well. They're working with Remedy for doing a Control and Alan Wake. I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but like they are doing things, and I think a lot of people are going to start looking to them too for and we've been seeing it more and more, video game adaptions in the films, in the animations, things like that. So to have an arm of their company be severed off like that, we won't see the real effects until later down the road.
Oh, you know, but Donk also has the point too that there is an important point. New CEO, I've been saying it. I'm saying it's a new CEO. It's likely that this was due to everyone disliking and not trusting or outright hating this dude, and that's what. I mean, this is what is. I think that's exactly what. I mean, that is exactly clear on what it is because they were fighting against the CEO or wanting to get it separate from the CEO. That's why I was like thinking. I thought it wasn't a girl. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I thought Megan was the girl that was leaving, that left. I don't think she was there. I think she's not there anymore because she's like, because that girl was the girl that was like she was like the number one employee that came, the first employee that came on to Annapurna, and now she's gone, and then she was gone.
Ooh.
What's her name? I forgot.
Megan Ellison.
Yeah, Megan Ellison. Like the
but
interactive.
all the reports are saying no. But all the reports are stating that she's the one that killed the negotiations. So she has to work there.
She killed she killed the negotiations because she wasn't getting what she wanted. That she wanted, but she wasn't working on behalf of Annapurna's side. Like the CEO that they were doing negotiations with the CEO. That's why I was getting confused on that. So
hold on. There's something.
She's one of the co-founders.
That's what I thought. Yeah, like she very much is
a big part of it.
Yeah, but I think more of her focus might be on the TV entertainment, film side.
She's on the
things
gaming. She's on the gaming side.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. No, you're right. Okay, I am getting my name, the names mixed up.
This song, bitch.
But yeah, but that's what it is. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm easily whatever. I'm old. Shut up. But anyways, yeah. So there we go. But yeah, but it's a mess. We can all agree it's a mess. Sorry if we confused everyone to be like, what the hell are they talking about? That's just what it is. So there you go.
I was the one that wanted this topic, and now I'm like, maybe I didn't know shit about it.
It's still. I mean, this is only something that happened in 2 days. So like,
we'll find out more next week for sure.
It is going to just
update.
This is something that's going to happen through months, man. Like, I think like what's going to end up happening is that this stuff, we're going to see the fallout from this issue for months. Is what's going to end up happening. At least that's what I'm guessing. So, but anyways, if you wanted to come by to CFG to be confused about more gaming topics, you went to the right place. Jesus. No,
it's a confusing situation.
It is a very confusing situation for a simple thing, but it was still a good topic, I will say. So I was easily confusing myself and everybody around me. But anyways, so I will close this up. And I wanted to let y'all know, as everyone knows about me, I am the #1 Palworld fan. Like, I played every minute of Palworld. Like
all the minutes.
So much
great
that I didn't even install it on my PC. But still.
Correct.
Yes. But I did
still wanted to be invited to our server.
Yes, exactly. I just wanted to be like invited. It would be nice. It's a nice clearance. Yeah. When you get invited to a wedding, it's like you're not going to go, but it's just like, hey, it's nice I was invited.
No, it's really nice. No, I feel like that all the time. It's like I wouldn't have gone, but I wish you would have invited me. Like that would have been cool.
It's like I'm not mad because I didn't go. I'm mad because you didn't invite me to like you wanted me to go. Yeah, there you go. But I digress. Dresses. So yes, but anyways, so Palworld, the big craze, this better not be a game of the year, not because it's bad or anything, but rather because it's not complete and it was on beta. It was there for a short period of time. They should not count this as a game that came out 2024 personally. But I had to put that in for no reason. But there you go. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. So, but anyways, Palworld, CEO of Pocket Pair that created Palworld was in talks about potentially becoming a free-to-play game in the future. There was a really good article on Game Rant. I forgot who's the name of the guy. Gabriel Perez on Game Rant did an article about this because I was like, wow, that is pretty crazy for them to do that because they got the money from all the pre-orders from after the game's like successful beta launch that they did at the beginning of the year. People were buying this up on Steam like crazy for $30. I think how much was it? $30? $30, right?
Yeah, it was like $30.
Something like that.
Yeah. So $30. So anyways, the article was saying this. According to the CEO of Pocket Pair, Palworld could potentially become a free-to-play game in the future. Many major studios are trying to release line. Oops, sorry, let me move it. To release successful live service titles like these days, and it seems that using the huge success of Palworld to pave the way for a free-to-play live service model is being weighed as a possibility by the game developer. Now, I said they might. They didn't say they will. They might. It's a big thing. So, released in early access in January 2024, Palworld is one of the biggest hits of 2024. The so-called Pokemon with Guns title combines survival mechanics and quick-paced combat combat with cute monsters for players to capture, attracting over 25 million players in its first month. 25 million? Are you serious? Holy crap. I didn't know it was like that. Dang. But anyways, so in a recent interview with ASCII.jp, Pocket Pair CEO Takuro Mizobi talked about the long-term plans for Palworld, indicating that the team has considered implementing a live service model, but has not yet made a decision. While Mizobi believes that turning Palworld into a free-to-play live service game would make it more profitable and extend its lifespan, there would be complications. Palworld was initially sold as a $30 game, and millions of people have already purchased it. It is common for live service games to be free-to-play with paid elements such as skins and battle passes, but Palworld is a buy-to-play game, so it's difficult to turn it into a live service game from the ground up, the CEO said. However, Palworld's player count has been declining lately, which is likely that makes this idea attractive. So I am kind of interested about this because I'm actually I am not a fond believer of purchasing games like this, especially early access games, for not maybe I guess semi reasons like this, because we don't know what the game is going to be created. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really appreciate the transparency that he's thinking about the other avenues of it, but at the same time it makes sense if you want to at least vary the options of what he can do for this game, because right now the game has been in development, is development early access. He doesn't know the direction of what the game is going to be until the players were going to be playing it more. Then he was building the game while trying at the same time accommodating for the said people that are currently playing for it for $30, which is the tough juggle, I will say. Because I think that if the game is still being built from the ground up and then saying, hey, it's going to be if it's going to be a free to play, there's obviously going to be they're going to push on the microtransactional level. I can understand why they would do that, because they would this would allow them to, instead of just saying, hey, we're going to make a Palworld 2, we're going to need to make a Palworld 2, or we'll need to be doing other additional we'll make either an expansion pass or whatever like this to keep the game as alive as possible before he has to go through all this whole rigmarole again. I understand why he would do it. Not to say that is it a fair thing? I don't think so, because you were selling this game to a massive audience. I mean, a massive audience was liked enough of what you were making the game initially when you made it back in January, and it's going to be tough to kind of justify. I'm surprised with 25 million, which is unbelievable to me, to say, you know what, the $30 was good to help develop the game, but we're going to make it a different direction of what you were playing initially into a free to play game. So I don't know, man. This is a questionable decision on the move, but I understand where he's coming from, is what I'm saying. What do y'all think?
I think they're fine in terms of that, especially I think that's kind of the, if you're getting into early access, and whether it's paid or not, there's going to be changes. This is not a final product. Essentially, you are paying for the ability to play, have input and feedback on the development, things of that nature. I don't think it'll be because there's been other games. I mean, look at Overwatch, which is now a free to play game that was not originally a free to play game. There's been other games, Destiny. Another one, what I mean? That eventually,
would that really count though? Because with Destiny, what Overwatch did, Overwatch was you had to pay a certain flat fee. The only time it did turn free to play was when it turned into the sequel. You had the only way to play Overwatch 1 was you had to buy it. To get into it. And then as for Destiny, the only reason why Destiny was wanted to do it was because I think Destiny got to a point where Destiny was years in before they decided to say it's going to be free to play. They got their money, but then but each individual player still had to pay for the expansions, and still had to pay to get to those points to get into it. I think it's a little. I think it's slightly different on what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do on from what this one, because this one they're pivoting live on a game that they're going by the beta access.
There's there and that, again, that's what I feel is kind of expected within an early access for there to be changes. It could be small incremental changes or big changes like that. I think it'd be different. The other games were actually release games. So. And I mean, with Overwatch, there wouldn't have been an Overwatch 2. They didn't do anything fucking new that they said they were going to for the reason of Overwatch 2. Or why not then get salty at people that bought the Battle Pass when originally they didn't come out with the new characters, but then they reverted and made it so that all the characters are now available to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's
Overwatch
a little bit
did lie a lot though.
They did a lot of lying.
They did a lot of
lying.
Yes.
I think this is a smart move on their part. Again, this seems like a game that definitely could benefit from live service. But again, I haven't really seen a story within the game already. So, other than bringing new creatures, new maps, and things like that. Again, I think it's smarter to go that route.
No, I totally agree.
And that's why I was like, but I haven't gone in and played the game even since the updates, and that's mainly because the server that we're playing on, I forgot that it was a personal fucking server, that Dust had. So that somebody has to pay into that and whatnot. If they're not, then it's just over. So I just haven't taking the time to go back and like restart and play, because there's other things too. And I think that's part of what the decline is in this stuff. I think this is one of those games that are, you came out with the early access and then we didn't get another major update until this summer. So think about all the games that have come out, like the cycle of games, like unless you're doing some Helldivers 2 stuff, and even them, they said the consistency at which they were putting out updates was too frequent. I was like, there's no way in hell that's sustainable. And I don't think that was ever, realistic for them, but, I could see them going either way with this. I actually think it would be smarter for them if they made it a free to play game and, moving forward. I personally wouldn't be salty. I did pay money for the game.
You know what? I think it's even going to be Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, but that's an easy thing to fix though, too. Cause if people who paid can get could easily have something that's worth the $30 that you put in,
right? Exactly.
Like tchotchkes and different kinds of tchotchkes and stuff, like skins and emotes and
there's
stuff.
A way I think they can make the shift to free to play more seamless and I do appreciate the transparency. I don't think that they would get as much hate as maybe they're anticipating just putting it out there. Obviously this is happening in conversations. It's been brought up. What about the people that paid for this already? And again, I can only speak for myself. I'm not playing the game right now as is. So who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Like I already paid the money.
I'm not going to be upset about it. And I absolutely feel like we got our money's worth, even for what we already played. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it's taking anything away from my experience playing the game, and whether I go back or not, I don't really care. You know what I mean?
I guess the taboo would be like if you care about the game or the battle passes, that like if they do something like that, it's going to be a system of that and all that, all those different kinds of things. But that's why I think legitimately I understand the movement of what he's going for, and it definitely understandable. It's also very justifiable, is what I'm saying.
I like the transparency.
I mean that's the one thing I think I think this would go to show for this, because I don't think there's a lot of flack back from this, because he's saying he's basically been straight with everything that he's been saying, what he's wanting to do this whole entire time. Like, remember when he had the chance to spot, he said that he didn't want the studio to be bigger. He wanted to remain it like a small size studio and stuff. Like, he had a personal vision. He let the people know what's going on. I'm surprised how he's even being able to do updates. The update that he did for the summer edition that they did and was able to announce it and stuff. He's doing the right thing. So I think that it's like that even though that like we don't know when this game's going to officially come out and stuff, it is he's definitely doing everything right, and you know that he's definitely has like his own that it's his passion to try to get it done the correct way, and hopefully he gets the money that he's wanting to get, or expecting to get the money that he's wanting to get for these kind of options. And secondly, like I said, this is a theoretical, because he didn't say that it is going to go free to play, but it makes it makes a lot of sense to me, because like I think that because it will not only in my own personal mind, it's like I'm thinking it's like, okay, first he doesn't have to worry about a brand new game, because the game doesn't really have a story, like you were saying, Smitty. But like I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not. Weak. Yeah, it's not like
to have
story elements that are there.
Yeah,
it's not in the forefront like, of what's needing to be done. Yeah, so. But like but the bigger thing is the fact that like to add, let's say he wants to add new pals and stuff like that, you know, and things, and so like, do you really want to do like what the same structure what Pokemon's been doing for the past 25 to 30 years? No. I mean, if you can easily just say, oh, we're going to be sending a whole new patch of different kinds of new pals for the next season or whatever, like, you know, like what they did with what they do with like Fortnite now with the
that's
different
exactly
kind of
what I'm thinking. Different seasons, different chapters, different storylines, if you're into that. If not, cool, then you just collect them and whatever, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea of it is not too far.
Your house.
The idea of it's not too far fetched at all, you know. Explode your house. Yeah, but like I just think
we've done it multiple times.
Yeah. Oh, Donk is just choosing destruction. He says, I just want a refund when they get sued and shut down. That's pretty. It's possible. Yeah, you know, but like, I mean, I don't know. And so, but we'll see. I just find it very fascinating. And I really hope that he has an idea. But the one thing that does kind of bother me is that he still doesn't have a direction where he wants this game to go. So like,
that's a little concerning.
Yeah.
Because like for him to openly say, "Oh yeah, we think that we wanted to make this free to play," and I'm like, so did you not have a vision at all? Like, are you just being reactive on what people are wanting out of this game?
I kind of think that's what happened.
I don't think they thought that it was going to blow up as much as it did, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh shit, dude, we have." That's like,
right?
You know what I mean? You're just doing things thinking, you know, nothing's going to come in. It's all of a sudden like all the things come from it, and you're like, I was not prepared for this.
I just watched my buddy go viral. So what we thought was virality, right? Like millions of views, selling something. And then they joked that, oh, we got old Greg, because that was the painting he did. He just went viral again. And his wife is one of my good friends. And I've talked to her for like maybe 10 minutes combined for the last like 4 weeks, because she's just been, because it's an at-home business. It's go, go, go. Like they went viral, and it was like, we're going to have to shut things down for, dude.
That's awesome news, but also like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah.
We gotta figure something out like now, like yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, when a company that has like instant success like that, no, I definitely understand the pangs of what it was gonna be. But like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy, especially like, I don't know what his original vision of this game was going to be in the first place, but I think that it was like, he just knew that he liked two games. He liked Pokemon and he liked Ark.
Right.
so I mean, then he's like, what if I moved them together? You know? So yeah, it's like, what if I just squish them into two or something like that, you know? That's what it is.
Listen, I've had late night like thought sessions about. I'm like, I like horror, but I like cute fuzzy things.
I just put them together.
I know, right? I feel like that is a perfect commercial. Like you're just saying, "Oh man, your peanut butter is in my jelly. Your jelly's in my peanut butter."
I remember that commercial. Yeah.
That's what that sounds like it's going to become, you know? So I don't know, but like, no, it's good. I will, like I said, just keep up the transparency with all the people. Cause now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I bet you this guy has a giant dart on his back with the fact that there's 25 million people that have bought this game and is going to be waiting. Dude, I'm going to say at least 2 years. it's going to be at least like
dude,
2 or 3
before a
years
full
until we figure
release.
it out.
If that, dude. I feel like survival games tend to have longer incubation or dev periods and shit like that too. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed with survival games is that there's not really a story with a lot of them. You're just there, or at least when they're in early access and stuff like that, you're just there and stuff like that. I think one of the ones that did a really great job with that is actually Once Human, and actually having a story, a campaign, along with the survival elements and stuff like that. So, yeah, I would be cool with it going free to play. It makes sense to me for it to be free to play. Again, pending any kind of lawsuits or future litigation.
I really please don't sue the guy, man. Like he's doing the best.
Yeah,
he's doing
this
the best
dude's already having a rough ass time.
He's doing the best he can.
Yeah,
you know, it's like you can't. I mean, like I don't know what you're expecting. You knew it was going to be early release. That's on y'all on wanting to fund because you wanted to support them. So if you're wanting to support the person and yet you don't support them in the but then you're like disappointed about what they made, then you gotta sue them for the money back that you got, bro. That's kind of hilarious to me. You know, it's like whatever. But
need that money back, homie.
Yeah, it's like,
I was expecting.
Mike's like, my guy, this is not what I wanted, and I need that $30 back.
Need that $30 back, homie.
Hey, that's a late night Taco Bell meal, you know.
Hey,
you know, exactly. Yeah, I know.
Hilarious.
Pokemon suing.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah. Folks, thank you for listening to episode 235 of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a new set of topics, except for Smitty. Smitty's going to be out on TwitchCon. So if you do go to TwitchCon, say hi to Smitty. I know he's going to
do not buy him a beer.
Do not buy him a beer.
All the beers. Buy me all the beers.
Just bat the beer out of his hands. Trust me, you'll love it. when you do that. Yes.
That's how you get uppercutted.
Would you see a photo of Smitty just uppercutting a guy and then the next frame is him getting...
This man just got at me.
You know what would be better if I just see you do the tiger knee. Like
tiger knee.
Tiger knee.
Straight in the chest.
They're just doing this little movement. Oh my God. There you go. He's like, man, don't touch my beers, dude. Don't touch my liquor.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, but anyways, guys,
I will bail you out though, Smitty. Just give me a call.
You should live
not though. That'd be terrible. I should not.
Yeah,
live stream in jail right there, just right there. It's like, hey guys, I'm doing but anyways, but guys,
live from AskCam.
Yeah, from AskCam. I'm live from AskCam. Oh my God. But guys, that's if you missed out on this on these awesome topics that we talked about earlier today, that is perfectly okay. We do release it out in each of the beginning of each and every week, so there is absolutely no reason to miss out on Aw's sexy voices. Guys, be sure to check out our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com. Episode 2 of Fat Nerd Chronicles is coming out this week. I thought it was going to come out last week. I apologize, but it is coming out this week. You're definitely going to love it. They're talking about the strengths and stuff and weighing in. It's a really good episode if you do say so myself. So, but guys, once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.
Doodles.